Wanted to bring you a little history lesson today from outside here. So it's going to be a short one because it's kind of cold out here, but that's okay. You know what? Because what we're talking about is opportunity here and looking at challenges that we have. So if you look at the past, we see the future. Think about that. If you look at the past, we see the future. We're not stuck in hitting a wall of where we're at today. Let me take you to a quick history lesson. Chosin Reservoir in Korea, 1950, 30,000 U.S. ROK and British troops against 120,000 Chinese soldiers. And there was a Marine there, Chesty, commander of the 1st Marine Regiment, most decorated Marine in the history of the United States. And this 30,000 group of troops was surrounded by 120,000 Chinese soldiers. And the question was, what do you do now? And it's interesting because if you look at what Chesty said during this whole thing, he looked at it and he said, so the Chinese are to our east, they're to our west, they're to our north and to our south. Well, that simplifies things. They can't get away from us now. So he also said, retreat, hell, we're attacking in a different direction. That's a mindset. And that mindset lives on in leadership teaching today. And you have to get to know your leadership, your mindset, and how you deal with these situations. And you look at it and go, wait a sec, how can I deal with what we're dealing with today in an opportunistic mindset? Instead of a closed off mindset, a mindset of I can't get anything done. That's a big question. And you hear the word abundance, mindset of abundance. In fact, we have an amazing course at Remax called Momentum, and it talks about mindset of abundance. So I encourage you to look into that. But ultimately, this philosophy of being opportunistic has existed forever. Okay? Think about how you can take this week, because remember, we're kind of in the bottom of this thing. We're in the worst parts of it. And we need to look for abundant opportunities. We need to look for opportunities to contact people because they're looking for people to contact them. They're looking for people to reach out to them and say, hey, how are you doing? Our businesses are looking for us to take the opportunity to figure out what are the 5 key things that we need to be doing in our business. And if we did those 5 things, what would it do to our business? It would change our business. It would increase our business. It would help us with our business. No matter what business you're in, I've seen a lot of different businesses start or evolve in this. I've read several case studies recently, one of which is there's a donut shop in Denver. These people both got laid off when I think they were both in hospitality or cooking or something like that. They started a donut shop at their house and they started taking donut orders. Now they're so busy that they're trying to figure out, okay, how do we open a brick and mortar store when this whole thing stops? And it keeps happening. There's another situation where there was a clothing store and they were selling clothing, but you can't sell clothing right now. So what do? They started using their facility and their employees for food packaging and delivery. There are a lot of different opportunities emerging right now. So all you got to do is look around, look all the way around and see what you can find that you can take advantage of. If you're in a service space, you should be giving knowledge. You should be researching and giving knowledge because that's what you do. You provide service. And look for that knowledge everywhere. I try to give you little bits of stuff every day that maybe stimulates thought. Thought creates thought. If you stop the thought, you get no more thought. Okay? You start closing inward. Thought creates thought. That's why you should be learning every day and deploying some of those ideas. So you should be consuming and then creating. I talk about consuming then creating or curating. So taking some information that you've had and then, putting it together and repackaging it. Because there really aren't new ideas. These are just repackaged ideas for today's day and age and today's challenges using an abundant mindset. So think about that. So here's a quote that I found from a 16th century Japanese philosopher, Miyamoto Musashi. He's a swordsman, a philosopher, a strategist. He won over 60 sword duels. Amazing thinker. He said, if you know the way broadly, you will see it in everything. If you know the way broadly, you will see it in everything. So think about that. Look for it in everything and see the opportunity. This is an amazing thought, an amazing way to consider your day. So that's what I got for you. This one's a little shorter because it is cold out here. Yes, it's been snowing for like 36 hours here, and it's still snowing. It's kind of this light, fluffy snow. But you can hear behind me the construction's going on around the area. People are still doing their thing. We should be doing our thing. All right. Let's have a great week. This is a tough one. Mindset of abundance, positive attitude. Okay. In your relationships, in your future, in your marketing, in your outreach to people. Connect. Remember, try and hit 100 people this week. Try and talk to 100 people this week and see if you can help them, see if you can support them. Okay. We're all warriors here. We'll get through this. This too shall pass. Love you guys. Thanks for what you do. Be abundant. Be well. Be safe. Be strong. Have a good one. We'll talk to you soon.